Ever since I dropped my ranking of all 9 seasons of The Office, the comment section has been very loud about what it wants. It's taken me a couple months, but I finally rewatched the full series, so today we're gonna stop and rank all 7 seasons of Parks and Rec from the worst to the best. Hi, if you're new here, my name is SeanChandler, and I started this channel because I was driving everyone around me crazy talking about movies and TV way too much. If you can relate that you like to talk about shows like Parks and Rec more than the people around you, you're probably in the right place and consider clicking that subscribe button. Also, with that in mind, I'd love it if you'd share your ranking down below in the comment section. Which seasons do you love, which seasons do you hate, and everything in between. With that said, let's get started. Coming in last place is season 1. Very much like The Office, the first season here feels like a pilot season where they're trying to figure out what does and doesn't work all throughout the season. So because of that, the characters, the humor, the tone, all of it feels a little bit off and different from the rest of the series. For example, Andy Dwyer feels much more like a jerk than the lovable doofus that he is in later seasons. The Mark Brendanawicz character just feels like a horrible misfire that just feels totally out of place inside of the show. But it is nice that we get a lot of mouse rat this season.
So we were teddy bear suicide, but then we changed it to mouse rat, 2 doors down, then we were 3 skin, just the tip.
While I put this season last, if this is the worst of the show, then this is a very high quality show because this is a very watchable season. I've actually probably rewatched this season more than any of the other seasons simply because it's the shortest and the first season, so I've rewatched it a lot. Coming in at number 6 is season 2. Now this is a huge step up from season 1 as our main cast members are starting to feel like the classic version of their characters. The tone, the humor are coming into place, and because of this, it kind of highlights just how out of place Mark Brendanawicz is on this show as everyone starts to gel together and he feels like this odd appendage off to the side. Also, the show feels like it's missing something gigantic, or 2 things in particular, Chris and Ben. Even in just their 2-episode run at the end of the season where they're more adversarial towards our main cast, you can just feel the show coming together and the chemistry working. While I have this one at next to last, I still think this is a very good season of television. Number 5 is season 7. Now this was an interesting twist for the show as they did a time jump forward and added in a bunch of little creative twists as what they could do with this time jump, and the show still had its creative spark. There's some really nice standalone episodes in here.
Well, it's time for us to go, but I want you all to know.
And it ends things in a pretty good way. But with the loss of Chris and Ann, and with the tension between Ron and Leslie at the beginning of the season, some of the dynamics that make me love the show were missing, and so it kind of knocked it back a little bit for me, but overall, still another solid season and a good way to end the show. Coming in at number 4 is season 6. They started off the season with a nice wave of creative momentum behind them. There's plenty of strong individual episodes and funny moments sprinkled throughout.
Presenting the Cones of Dunshire, a brand new gaming experience. 8 to 12 players, 2 wizards, a maverick, the arbiter, 2 warriors, a corporal, and a ledger.
But the overall storyline about Leslie being recalled seemed a little bit sour for an otherwise very hopeful series. Add into the mix that you had Andy Dwyer in London shooting Guardians of the Galaxy, and Chris and Ann left in the second half of the season. That meant you didn't have the full cast and the full chemistry for full Parks and Rec potential throughout the full season. Before I give you my top 3, go ahead and give me your ranking down below. Which ones do you love, which ones do you hate, and everything in between. Also, after this video, check out this playlist above of my best and most up-to-date The Office and Parks and Rec rankings. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoy The Office, there's definitely a couple videos up there that you will like. As I go into my top 3, this is really tough. I wish I could do a 3-way tie, but I can't. So bringing us into the top 3 is season 5. This is the 3rd and final of the seasons where that classic cast was fully intact throughout, and just it shows. It's such a strong season. It's great to see Ron finally find the right woman for him, and it's fun that it's Lucy Lawless. There's some absolutely classic moments sprinkled throughout the season.
As he is training the Padawans, we pan outside where we see, and please allow me to finish this because it's going to seem like a bit of a jump. We see Thanos.
Any dog under 50 pounds is a cat, and cats are pointless. Come to the gala, next caller.
But I wasn't crazy about Ann trying to get Chris's sperm. not my favorite direction that they've gone. Our runner-up is season 4. By focusing on Leslie running for city council, it gave us one of the best and most focused seasons. As always, the writing, the humor was very sharp, but they also had a plotline in there which gave us little moments of victory and conflict throughout it that gave us something to root for, that we could have moments of satisfaction as she was victorious. Add to that, it was great that they cast Paul Rudd as Bobby Newport as the opponent. That you gotta love him because he's Paul Rudd, but at the same time he's running for very, very bad reasons, and so it added some nice little tension into the mix.
Bobby Newport's been handed everything on a silver platter. Bobby Newport wants you to just hand him this election. Don't.
I won't.
All in all, it was a very satisfying season as we got to watch Leslie Knope succeed. But coming in first place is season 3. After a couple of weaker seasons, it's like all the pieces finally came together as Ben and Chris showed up. Relationally speaking, you get Leslie and Ben, you get Andy and April. All along the way, you get classic episodes like Harvest Fest and Lil Sebastian.
Bye, bye, Lil Sebastian. Miss you in the satisfaction.
You get the episode where Ron Swanson explains libertarianism to a little girl.
You mustard in your mustache.
Don't sass me, Burkus. Let's get started. Life, liberty, and property. John Locke.
All of the top 3 seasons are great, but season 3 is just a little bit more satisfying for me, so it comes in at number 1. Remember to check out that playlist to the left with my best and most up-to-date The Office and Parks and Rec rankings. If you like this video, there's something in there that you will enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and keep talking movies and TV too much.